St. John Fisher University, the site of Bills training camp. Chris Brown, Steve Tasker, One Bills live for day 5 of training camp. In the books after a morning session, the first in full pads this entire summer for the Bills. And I would say overall, pretty low key as far as a pads practice goes. It was thud at best.
Yeah.
But it was important for one Damar Hamlin.
Yeah.
As it was his first time in pads since January 2nd, the night that he collapsed in Cincinnati with the cardiac event. So a major hurdle for him today, and we will hear from Damar Hamlin in just a little bit here as we present to you some of the comments he made to the media. One of the more interesting answers he gave, Steve, was he said, somebody asked him, I think it was Maddie asked him, is your life normal again? And he said, I don't know that my life will ever be normal again. It was an interesting description that he made. So we're going to bring you some of Damar's comments, I'd say in about 10, 15 minutes from now, so you can hear some of his comments on how his first day went. His entire family was here.
Yep.
His mom and dad were here. His younger brother was here. His agent was here. So it was... I was really happy for Damar to see his whole family here in support, knowing what this day meant for him and to him. So to see that family support was just had to be all the more reassuring for him.
Yeah, as all of our lives kind of chug along on a daily basis, you kind of forget what kind of impact Damar's incident had on the entire country and certainly the National Football League. And we got to know his family during the time because, they were the only kind of information that would trickle out of Damar's hospital room. And we've come a million miles since that night. And, it's great to see him out there, great to see the team play, and to have Damar actually in pads practicing like nothing happened It's pretty, because we were having a conversation on the sidelines, and you forget. It's easy to forget when things turn out the way they have. It's easy to forget how it affected all of us, and as nonchalant as it was today, we shouldn't take it for granted.
No, and it's clear based on some of Damar's comments that I was able to listen to live as they were happening. The magnitude of today was not lost on him either, as you could probably understand why. We've got a jam-packed show for you today, bottom of the hour, about, I'd say 20 or so minutes from now. We're going to be joined by NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, who is making his way to training camps across the country. So he's going to sit down with us, talk about this team, talk about the AFC East, talk about Dalvin Cook, who visited the Jets yesterday and is probably likely to land somewhere in this division.
Right.
That's not Buffalo. So we'll get his insight on that with him being an NFL Network insider. Look forward to talking to him. Second hour of the show will be with Greg Rousseau. He'll be sitting down with us here in between us to talk about his camp so far and what that defensive front is looking like, because Steve and I think I'm safe in saying this on Steve's behalf, believe that this is maybe the deepest, most talented defensive front this team has had in the Sean McDermott era. So we'll get Greg's thoughts on that, along with Brandon Beane's comment that he told him last season going into the year he needed a little more a-hole in him. And that he came
said that
through.
on the air here with us.
Yes, he did.
And you've been echoing that sentiment for a long time.
So
yes.
I'm curious for Greg's thoughts on that and how he felt he handled that edict last season and going into this season.
And plus, this is Rousseau's third year, which, I don't know. It's not some automatic thing that happens, obviously. It's not. But guys tend to do something in their third year that, they are an established professional. They've got their off-season, dialed in the way they like it. We're going to have to ask him about that and how it's gone for him, because this is a year when a lot of those guys around have really taken steps forwards on this squad over the years, and it'll be fun to watch him do it as well.
Look forward to that conversation. And, not for nothing, guy had 4 sacks in his first 4 games last year. I mean, it looked like he was ready to take off. Then he got the high ankle sprain. tried to play through it and really wasn't the same the rest of the year. Still finished with 8 sacks to tie Von Miller for the team lead. So if he can stay healthy throughout the season this year, I think he's got a good shot of being a double-digit sack guy. So
It'd be nice if we had about 4 of those guys.
well, sure, but yeah.
Maybe 6 of those guys.
I don't know if they're all going to play enough to do that, but we will see.